In my last video regarding the XWM turret, I got a lot of comments, so today I'm going to be reading and discussing them further. Another interesting change to add with your change would be letting XWM also block some attacks, like minigun fire from Eradicator Mark II protecting the tower behind like an artillery. This would give you even more strategy of where you place it. This is a really good idea. This actually kind of gives a dual purpose to the whole blocking a tower mechanic I introduced last video, and I think that this makes a lot more sense, and this is actually really cool. Now they need to add map destruction. Fire idea. Yeah, I mean, this would be really cool, honestly. I mean, TDX has had a lot of really cool, things like that. And I think adding map destruction, especially with, the addition of power-ups and more strong bosses, I think this would be a really good idea. Probably be better for events. If we're being completely honest, kind of a flashback to night 3 of the Halloween event. And I think that this works out pretty well. If John did this, literally no one would use XWM unless someone wanted to troll their teammates. Many people would. Actually, I'm going to elaborate on why people would not use this to troll, as I've seen a lot of other comments that are kind of concerned about this issue. If people were going to troll with a tower, they would not be using XWM. They would be using something like the Scarecrow, the Troll Tower, or just anything else that is $4,000 cheaper than the XWM. I'm just going to put that out there. They could probably add a downside to the XWM instead, like the barrels overheating. Much like other Gatling guns or miniguns in real life, they can quickly overheat and potentially melt or damage a gun if it's fired continuously. This is also a really good idea on how to essentially nerf the XWM without nerfing the XWM, essentially a rework. This is a very smart comment. This is the most ass idea I've ever heard. Please elaborate on why it isn't. Great idea. Towers that shoot over others are getting forgotten. Barely anyone uses the XWM bottom path. I mean, yeah, this is true. In my video, I said that having the XWM kind of block the sight of other towers while allowing the towers to shoot over it is a lot better of an idea, and meaning that it would make some more useful and just give artillery more of a use as well. Honestly, this isn't a bad idea, but I think they should update the line of sight code because it's still imperfect, as it is often blocked by small light poles or overcompensates lost range. Also, maybe other XWMs won't be affected by each other's range blocking because it might make it too complicated to use in areas unless you do some really funky and possibly annoying placing. I mean, the thing about the XWMs kind of affecting each other does make some sense in some cases. However, the code would probably have to be updated for this to work. The main reason is because when you just clump a lot of XWMs together, it's kind of just the instant formula for winning in almost any game mode, since it just ignores all bullet types, has stealth, and has flying for some reason. Excuse you, denied. Nerfing XWM like this would cause a chaos comparable to the TDX Hardcore and Lunar Overture incident on the TDX community. What? Actually, that kind of further exemplifies the problem. If the TDX community is relying on one single tower for a majority of its events, then that tower should be reworked so it doesn't need to be used on every single event. There should be towers that don't work on every single event, and there should be towers that work on other events. That's how variety happens. I'd also like to think it's really funny, by the way, that CodeTM also commented on this post. If you haven't noticed, CodeTM has commented on almost every single post on this video. Actually, it's kind of crazy. I just looked through this. CodeTM has commented 20 times on this single video supporting this topic, and honestly, this guy's really just kind of holding up the entire comment section. Hats off to him. That's really funny. Congratulations, you've doubled your subscriber count to 500 subscribers. Hey, I would like to thank you guys again so much, all of my subscribers out there, and of course all my new ones that are coming in. Thank you guys so much for supporting everything I do. I really do enjoy making this content, and if you aren't a subscriber, I suggest you become one. See you guys in the next video.